to the Self-Made interview series. I'm Bianca Miller-Cole.
And I'm Byron Cole.
And today we'll be interviewing the amazing Roger Frampton, who is a movement coach. We're going to be asking all the important questions you need to know about his personal journey and the importance of movement. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Well, I guess the most obvious question, what is a movement coach?
Yeah, no, I do. I get that a lot. A movement coach basically covers all aspects of moving. So before I was a personal trainer, which kind of fits within the fitness industry. And then I realised all it is we're moving our bodies. So movement just covers everything. So if you do gymnastics, you do movement. If you do ballet, you do movement. If you run, you do movement. Movement is something we learn before we can even speak.
And what's the importance of movement? Obviously, we all understand we need to move on a day-to-day basis, but why is that more important than the kind of typical training that people would do?
Okay, so humans are designed to function in a specific way. So as if we look at babies or toddlers, for example, we can see how their resting position is a squat. They can put their little toe in their mouth. They can put their palms on the floor with straight legs. Easily, they can sit in the splits. Well, when we compare that to adults, we can see they can't.
Yeah, of course, Not at least not many.
So something's happened. So something's happened between that, and for me, the biggest thing that happened was we sat kids in schools, we put them on chairs, and then after that, their journey slowly kind of went down. They lost mobility, and what I'm showing is adults to go back. So get adults moving back like they could as they were kids.
Roger, tell us how you became a movement coach.
I guess it was a kind of transition, really. It wasn't like one day I was like, I'm going to become a movement coach. We just, so I was just coaching people. I was teaching them like lunges, anything that you normally get in fitness, like lunges, planks, running, and then suddenly, after I kind of discovered that we lost all this kind of childhood movement, I started like testing it on people. So I was like, hey, can you still sit in a squat? Hey, can you still touch your toes? And then I realised like no one could. So I was like, right, so I'm going to take that niche. I'm going to be the guy that teaches us.
Okay.
Sure.
Kind of
was this before your modelling career, after, during?
So I've been modelling about 13 years.
Okay.
And then kind of, I trained to keep in shape for modelling anyway. And then this I guess this has taken over right now, like coaching as opposed to modelling. But modeling's always kind of helped me get my name out there.
Okay.
So I can never discredit modelling.
So you were doing kind of the personal training, movement coaching on the side of modelling at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, like man, I remember like I was modelling. I wanted to keep in shape, and then my uncle said to me like, "But would you like love doing?" And I was just like, I love personal training, but you know that's my hobby, and I don't want to make it a job. And he's like, "Don't be stupid, just you can do a job."
Right? Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, fine." So then I went off to do diplomas in personal training.
Wow. Okay.
And I was just like, I love this so much. I just like love teaching because I do it for free. I was just like, I was like, "What? You get paid to do this?"
Yeah.
And so then I guess I started personal training and movement coaching, and then
Okay.
So modelling, what's been your favourite modelling gig?
Probably the one that paid the most. Just being honest. So it can modelling can really depend. You can be in magazines for free, or you can be doing runways for like 10 grand.
Where have you featured? What have you been in?
So I did like runways for like Dolce & Gabbana, Lanvin, Calvin Klein. So
wow.
I've done like all the kind of big names. But I mean, it was great.
Okay.
It's it's just such a different world away from where I am now. But then I wasn't, I was always working for someone else.
Okay.
Well, now I'm doing what I do, and it feels very different. Even though I'm not up on a platform, now I'm out on a platform, but giving my message rather than just walking up and down like a robot.
Absolutely.
And that's that's way bigger for me.
Okay, so really interesting your journey, kind of modelling and movement coaching, and that transition to becoming self-made. So how do you feel what is your personal brand now? Is it model / movement coach, or is it just focusing solely on the kind of movement coach position?
Well, if I'm coaching one-on-one, I'm only reaching like one person.
Okay.
Right? And then if I'm doing a TED talk, obviously my reach is like huge. If I'm doing a class, I get a bigger reach.
Sure.
Modelling, I can get a bigger reach, but now I'm working for brands as Roger Frampton, the movement coach, rather than as another
A model.
who looks like every other model. Do you know what I mean? Now it's like there's a name behind it.
Yeah.
So for example, I was just working with Jack Wills. They did a sporting range, and then I was their face, and then along with that, there was an interview about what I did, and now so I get to spread my message as well as doing modelling. So you know, like modelling is great because I can use that to really push my message, and then people are buying not only into the clothes, but into me and my brand and everything that I stand for.
Okay.
So it just it's all just blended. It wasn't like I never planned it.
Right.
Really, all I did was like I love doing this, and then it just kind of spiraled. Really.
Yeah. So you mentioned obviously the TED Talk that you did, which received 1.7 million views.
Yeah.
Why do you think it was so successful?
I think it was really lucky in terms of timing. There's definitely elements of luck in there. I'm not going to discredit myself for learning word for word and repeating every freaking over and over and over, because I did.
Yeah.
There was people on stage, reading from a bit of paper.
Oh, really?
I was just like, there's no way I'm going to do that. I'm going to learn this word for word. I'm going to go on there. I'm going to know every word. I'm going to know it so well. I'm going to recite it in my sleep. So for me, it was really important just to go out there and just say it word for word. The amount of research that I put in that's behind it that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It looks quite unprepared.
Quite natural.
Yes.
Quite natural. But the reason it looks that way is because there was so much preparation.
Sure.
I'm sure you guys know there's probably a lot of work gone behind this book, and then people don't see that. They just see they've got 13 minutes to make a judgment on you. And so and I think I was speaking with my heart, and I guess there was a right timing. There is this word movement, which is kind of a new movement. There's a guy called Ido Portal, which people kind of experience, which is a little bit yoga-y.
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's just a sign of the times that we're gradually shifting, and we want to know more. And I guess I'm bringing a slightly different perspective into what movement is.
And as a result of the TED Talk, what doors has that opened for you?
Like loads. Everyone I meet about my TED Talk, I'm like, so you should do a TED Talk, and everyone says the same thing. I'm not going to do a TED Talk. I can't do a TED Talk.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm serious. That's the first thing I said. But since I've got it, I've been offered free book deals because I give a TED Talk. Because I do that, I've got like a speaking coach, and I get to speak at all these events because I did a TED Talk, because I put myself out there on the line, stood on the stage, and said, "This is what I believe in."
Sure.
And so the amount of people I say, man, go and just do a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Actually, and then people go, oh yeah, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe I'm just lucky that I just was so passionate about this that I just took the time to go out there and found I was applying to TED Talks in France, in Sweden, in Germany.
Oh, wow.
I would have gone anywhere.
Okay.
Just to do it, just because I knew.
So you actually applied, it didn't approach you, it was
I applied to hundreds.
Really?
Actually, on my emails, I went to Dominican Republic. I was on holiday, and it was a 3-week holiday. And after 2 weeks, I was bored, and I was just like, I can't sit in this. And I was just like, because I'm just on it, and I was just like, right, I really wanted to give a TED Talk, so I was just applying to everyone.
Okay.
And then finally someone said yes.
What made you think that was the thing you needed to do to boost your personal brand?
I've been watching TED Talks, and I bought this book, How to Be a TED Speaker.
Yeah, we've got that book.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
So then I bought it, and I was really interested, and I started to look up to the people and what their message, and I was like, look how many people are like reading this.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, I've got to get my message out. I'm not going to keep being a personal trainer who goes around. I'm getting my message to 10 people, the same 10 people, and they're like, yeah, Roger, you're great, you're amazing. I'm like, well, I'm not really changing the world. I'm like, yeah, cool. I've got 10 people that believe me, but all those 10 people were going, Roger, you're doing something different. There's something different about how you approach it, how you talk about it. So then I was like, okay, maybe I should, I need a platform to kind of release this, and then things just came together. But it was a combination of quite a few things. I know if you watched London Real, so their host is called Brian. Yeah. So I was training in Primrose Hill, and I saw him training, and he was kind of doing these pull-ups, and I was like, I've got to speak to that guy before I leave the park.
Okay. Right.
So I left the park, and I was like, no, you've got to go back. So I was a bit embarrassed. So I was like, hey Brian, I watch your show. I've seen there's cool people on it all the time, and he's like, hi, what do you do? And I was like, I kind of coach a little bit like gymnastics. And then we made a deal, and he was like, you're going to do a TED Talk, and I'm going to teach you how to do a muscle up. Right. So we kind of made a deal then. And then I was already kind of applying to do TED Talks, and then he kind of put me in touch with a few people. Right. So it became, and through his recommendation, it really helped.
Absolutely.
Because, you can apply all these times, and then, because all they're saying is, have you spoken on stage before? Yeah. So you're like, no, I haven't spoken.
Yes.
So there's no, all the doors just keep closing. Yeah. But then he said, look, this is my friend Roger, I've been training
I
with
believe
him,
in him.
I believe
Yeah.
in him.
Excellent.
And so yeah, I have to thank Byron for making that happen.
And that's an important point actually. We focus a lot in the book about networking and the powers of networking. So what do you, other than this particular opportunity where you spoke to him and he introduced you to TED, how else have you used your network to kind of enable you to get to where you are today?
Yeah, I remember I read this term ages ago because people always say it's all about who you know, all about who you know. And then I read something that says not about who you know, it's about who knows you.
Yes.
And I was like, that's so
Absolutely.
true. And I was just like, because I could say I know all these people, but do they know me? Do they really know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So, since then I think I've kind of shifted my mindset on how I view it. And I'm like, who does know me? Who does know about like what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And then whenever I'm like, creating content or releasing videos, I'm always talking to other people about like how they can change what they do, rather than this is what I do, this is what I do. I'm like, this is what you can do, this is what you can do.
Sure.
And this is almost just that shift in language. Kind of helps me network because I'm talking to people about what they can do, not about you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, but you can incorporate this into your life. So I think just having that just slight shift in conversations, even with people that you already knew,
making sure they have that awareness of actually what you do.
And then because everyone in the back of their head, even though they're not actually saying it, everyone's thinking like, okay, what's in this for me? What's in this for me? And like we can't help that. We're always thinking, what is it? What's this? People want to benefit from them. So if you can show them, all I'm saying is, you could move really awesome when you were younger. And you can move awesome again. I'm going to show you the tools.
Right.
And everyone's like, okay, cool. Show me.
So you said you had 3 offers for a book deal.
Yeah.
How did you choose which one
So
you was going to take?
It's a good question. So after I got a literary agent,
and
then that helped, that helped the situation completely. So I first got this person saying, they were like, okay, from big publishers, and they were like, we've seen you TED deal, we think it could be made into a book. There's obviously a big interest in this topic. I was like, all right, cool. And then we went in talks and I had a meeting. And then literally they sent the contract over to me and I was about to sign it. And then I got a message from somebody saying, I'm a literary agent. Have other publishers seen this TED talk?
Right.
And I could get you to go and see loads.
Right.
And I was like, oh, it's funny you should say that. I've just been sent
this contract,
which I'm about to sign, which had a figure on it. And I was like, all right, we should meet. And then I told him about it, and he's just like, yeah, but you need to offer this to all the publishers.
Sure.
Right? You let them bid on it. And then suddenly that just threw a big spanner in the works.
Right.
So then
I'm sure that first publisher wasn't very happy about this.
Yeah, no, they were like, it couldn't have been worse.
Was that the one you signed with in the end?
No,
someone else. Right.
With someone else, because for me, all I knew was movement. I didn't know about publishing or whatever it was. It's always like completely new field. So then suddenly I was like, oh, okay.
It's so funny because people always ask the question, how did you get a publisher? How did you get the book out? And you've gone about it the reverse way. You've had a deal, then had an agent, then offered more deals.
Yes, and it wasn't like a plan. I never had I never sat and had a big plan. It's always like, okay, what's next? But it's always like I'm very present in what I'm doing. It's always like, what am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow? What we're doing the next time. I don't really have big plans. I don't know if you guys do the same thing. You probably have big goals.
I think we do plan quite far ahead, and I think we knew we wanted a book. So I don't know, did you know you wanted to create a book at that when you first did that TED talk? You obviously were going for the TED, but did you know the book was something on the horizon?
I knew I would write a book.
Okay.
I just didn't know how it would happen.
But
I knew
you had that vision.
I will be an author, and I will be like an authority. I will have a TV program. I will remove chairs from all schools within the UK. I know there's
your plans and your visions are that big.
Fantastic.
They're just statements that repeat in my head all the time. I'm going to change the way we view schooling. I would just kind of keep doing that, and that kind of just forces me to take actions on day-to-day things.
So tell us about the book.
Okay, so the book is called The Flexible Body. So we look at like 10 different kind of areas of the body, for example. So one is like there is a human squat in a specific way, or every baby squat, or when you guys were 2 years old, you sat in squats, you sat on chairs. You just sat there. You didn't go up and down. You just sat there and you kind of played with your toys. So that for me, that's like a fundamental. We're designed to sit in that position. We're designed to defecate in that position. Okay, that's a biological function that we have. Okay, so the first bit is just teaching people how to get that back.
Okay.
And then it goes into other areas of the body. So I'll teach people the headstand. But the reason you're learning the headstand is because you're learning other things about your body.
Okay.
But then you're learning the headstand. But through learning the headstand, you'll learn how to utilize your core, you'll learn how to squeeze your butt, you'll learn how to squeeze your elbows, you learn how your wrists become mobile.
Right.
So to cut out the jargon, which you've done in your book, which I love.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've just completely ripped out any jargon.
Yeah.
So I haven't mentioned the muscles like once. Right?
Okay.
There's no mention of a muscle. In the whole
Excellent,
book.
right?
Okay. You've got 160 pages of like move your elbow.
So layman's terms that
Yeah,
people
it's
understand.
simple.
Yeah.
Because as kids, we couldn't speak.
Yeah.
We had no access to language, yet we could move awesomely.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't need to teach people how to speak well, how to understand. I need to teach people how to feel again.
Okay.
And so when I say things like, just move your elbow, move your shoulder, then people just start doing it
Understand.
without going.
Move your left, rotate to
your-
cuff.
Yeah. It can be taken in so many ways. Like we create stories out of the jargon that we speak.
Yeah.
So for example, if someone has an injury within their knee, they'll start saying things like, I have a bad knee.
Right.
Then they enforce it. I've got a bad knee. I've got a bad knee. I've got a bad knee.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, at certain points in the day, I specifically feel a point of pain.
Right.
That's all that's really happening.
Yeah.
But in their head, they've got a bad knee.
Yeah,
And it's stopping them from doing
and
this,
it's going
this,
there,
this.
and then
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, get off the knee right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just let's leave the knee alone.
Let's look at something else.
And because most of the time I go, do you feel your knee right now? No. So let's just stop talking about the knee, right? Because if a kid feels pain, the kid will just hold its knee. If it doesn't feel pain, it will just continue on.
Yes.
And it will focus on something else.
Yeah.
So you get out the story of what you might be feeling with your knee, because that's
And those negative connotations, I feel like this happens a lot in business. We come across people who want to do something and you're like, why are you not doing it? Oh, because this, because of that. There's various kind of reasons or excuses as to why they can't get off the knee and do the work. And the same goes for your movement and exercise, doesn't it, really?
Stories that people create. I can't do this because of this. I can't do this because of this. You know, there's plenty of reasons. Stop telling me why you can't.
Yeah.
Tell me why you
Absolutely.
can.
Okay.
Or even better, just stop talking and start doing.
Right.
Really, talk is cheap. Let's just and in my talks, like now, I just get people into a room and let's just stop talking.
Yeah.
Because the more we talk and we start to go, okay, but because of this, or no, I've got a different bone structure to you, or this is. Let's just cut that. Let's just train. Let's just move our bodies, essentially.
And is that what you do one-to-one with your private clients? You're just helping them to understand the movement in their body. Do you work with them indefinitely, or is it a period of time?
It depends on the person. So some people they want me there coaching them all the time. Ideally, from me, I'm trying to get everybody to go out and explore their bodies.
Okay.
As kids, we all went out and moved.
Right.
We didn't ask permission. You know, in fact, we have to strap kids in prams to stop them from moving. Kids want to move. They're dying to move. They don't want to sit at a table still. But we teach them that they have to ask for permission. We're the ones that ruin them.
Right.
Kids just wander off. They don't care. They just disappear. And that's how I am. I'll get on the train. I don't follow the conditioned structure of where's my seat. I have the right to a seat. It's just people will move to a specific area. So they can get a seat on the train. I'm sitting there. I'm standing up while everyone's sitting down, laughing, going, "Well, man, I'm not ending up in a care home. I will stand up on the train. You know, I will stand here and I will better myself. I will better my body, and I will show that you can. But when people realise the benefits of standing up, then they can start to see it, and then they want to do it.
So we have some entrepreneurs that are going to be watching this today that sit behind a desk for 8 hours a day, don't have the time to go to the gym.
8 hours minimum.
Don't have the time to go to the gym. What tips or what can they do sitting behind a desk?
So
a couple of tips without going too much into the book.
No, absolutely. This is good. I love doing this. So how do you? I'll ask you guys a question.
Okay.
Michael, actually. How do you know when you're stretching? How do you know when you're stretching?
I guess usually I probably elongate my spine and I probably try and stretch upwards. That's how I feel like I'm actually stretching. I feel The stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, go on, say it. Go on, what was that at the end?
You feel the
I
pull.
can feel the pull, yeah, the muscle, I can
the
feel the
That's
stretch.
what,
Yeah.
You're not supposed to feel the pull. I think that's where he's going with this, right?
No, I'm not getting
All right.
He's making the story.
I think for me, it's just when I make the time to kind of stretch. That's when I know I'm stretching.
But does that mean you actually get, like, you stand up and stretch? Well, I think sometimes I'm working and I feel like I need to, readjust or stretch. Does that make sense?
Or before I do exercise.
No.
But this is good. I use this when I talk. But it gets people talking.
Yeah.
So the way you know that you're stretching is that you feel a stretch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel a stretch, you're not stretching.
Right.
And if you feel a stretch, you're stretching.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really basic, but all you have to do is be mindful.
Sure.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're sitting at a desk, all you can do is you just find a stretch.
Okay.
Sure.
So if I feel a stretch, I am
Stretching.
Simple.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel a stretch, I'm not stretching.
Right.
Sure.
So if you're sitting there all day and you don't feel any stretch, then you're curling up, getting tighter and tighter and older and older. And 2/3 of 75-year-olds end up in care homes.
Right.
So to do the opposite, what we need to do is find a point where you feel a stretch. So right now, I don't feel a stretch, and right now, I'll create a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now I feel a stretch, which means what?
You're stretching.
Stretching.
Yeah.
And this is really simple as that. Because babies and kids are very mindful of their bodies. Okay, we're not. We start to think and start to plan. All I'm saying is, feel where you've tightened your body.
Okay.
And you might on this side, for example. By the way, I'm just pushing. I'm having a little bit of pressure on my knee.
Okay.
For example, now I feel a stretch in my left bar. Now you might do this, and you might feel a stretch completely somewhere else.
Okay.
And whereas you might do it, and you might feel a stretch completely somewhere else.
Yeah.
I could just do this with my finger.
Yeah.
I could just apply some pressure,
Yeah.
and I feel a stretch, which means I'm stretching.
Yeah.
So there's loads of little things that you can do throughout the body. On the train, instead of just going, I'll stretch later. So now I'm not doing anything. I could literally find a stretch within my body. I can just go to different places and play. And that is just exploration, mindfulness, you can call it. You have to be to know that you're stretching. You have to be mindful
that you're trying to stretch.
Yeah. Well, if the fact that you feel a stretch means that you are being mindful.
How often should you do this? You're at your desk. Is it the moment where you feel conscious that you've been like this for half an hour, or are you supposed to kind of time it and every 10 minutes take a moment and stretch? Is there?
If you want, you can time it, but the more you do it, the better you get.
Okay.
So obviously, we're designed for constant movement. Like any animal will just be moving all the time, little bits and pieces, just constantly. We are an animal.
Yeah.
We are designed to move.
Yeah.
We have over 300 joints and over 800 muscles in our body.
Wow.
What we're definitely not designed to do is and then go home and this is what's happening. And then we get to 75 and we're in a care home and we go, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious? You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. And I mean, like the kids of today, I worry so much.
You're right, because from a very young age now, you've got a device.
But there's like 90-year-olds. All you need to do is you go on YouTube and you put like old people training. There's 90-year-olds out there training, showing us that it doesn't mean as we get older we get tighter. There's people showing us that doesn't have to be the way.
Yeah.
Bianca was looked at one of your pictures today and said that you had an incredible body.
I don't feel like this is a fair thing to have on the video.
We want to know how often you train to keep yourself
every
in
day.
shape.
But it depends as what you see as training.
Sure.
So for example, like I commute into London daily. So this morning I was up at 5. It took me about 45 to 50 minutes on a train.
Yeah.
Okay. On that train, I was stretching and I was standing up the whole time.
Sure.
Yeah. So it depends whether you guys want to call that training. For me, I'm constantly stretching.
Sure.
But so then I will include that into my stretching. So that is kind of like stuff that you do throughout the day. But then later I will train for like a couple of hours when I'm solely training and I'm not on my way somewhere.
Sure.
A couple of hours each day?
A couple of hours every day. Remember, you're designed to move 18 hours a day. A couple of hours a day is actually nothing.
Yeah.
What are you doing in those couple of hours?
People call people that like someone trains 3 hours a week.
I just want to check.
So
you were saying you train a couple of hours a day?
I train a couple of hours a day.
Okay. I think that's probably quite scary to most people, if I'm honest.
I agree.
So when you say train, is it what I would perceive as training as in, you know, treadmill, cardio, then a bit of sit-ups and press-ups maybe, a little bit of arm stuff, lunges. Okay. Is that what you mean?
I don't know.
I feel like I need more training here.
This is a great question. It's like, because people is what you do fitness, and for me it's not fitness. I don't measure my heart rate. Okay. My heart beats, and when it stops I'm dead. I don't really measure how fast or how slow it goes.
Okay.
I measure my body through how I move. So, for example, for the last 3 years I've been learning a gymnastic handstand. Okay. It takes about 5 years to get a solid line. Yeah. And through that you'll have really good shoulder flexibility, you have a great core, you have a great arse, and you'll learn how to point your toes, and there's millions of benefits that will happen as a result of that. The main goal is you learn a gymnastic handstand. Okay. You're just constantly focused. Yeah. For a gymnast, for example, we'll train like a 7-hour day, and we'll be training all the time. We want to get the body of the gymnast, but we want to train 3 hours a week. Yeah. Right. So we shortcut and add HIIT training in and blast ourselves and beat ourselves up, and then we get injured and we go to physio, and then we get repaired, and then we come back and we start the cycle again. Right. When I say to people 2 hours a day, I want them to be shocked, because I'm like, this is what you need if you want to get. You can't want to have the body of the athlete but not train like the athlete. Right. The reason they're training 7 hours a day is because that's what they need to be the fastest person within that sport. So 2 hours a day really is nothing. Okay. Yeah. But the issue is your priority is somewhere else. Yes. So my priority is my movement. Okay. Okay. I'm very lucky. I've got a job. I write about it. If I'm writing a book called The Flexible Body, I bet it really
absolutely.
So for me, it's 2 hours a day. But I do, in the book, I'll give people 10 minutes a day, in the hope that they're going to build that up and start to love it and start to appreciate the movement that they have in their body. But they can also take advantage of the times they're on the train. So if I'm on the train 2 hours a day, it's a great time to take advantage. Sure. Okay. Or if I'm sitting down, in a restaurant, if I'm doing some writing, I can cross my leg, I can look for stretches within my body. Okay.
Excellent.
But it is always about priorities.
Yes.
And
it's
true. Very hard for us to realise that when we're 75, that for 2/3 of people in the UK, they're going to have chronic disease, and they will be in a care home with someone else wiping their ass. Right. I'm saying you don't have to do that. Okay. Start taking care of your body now, and you won't have to be that guy. Excellent. You need to lead by example, and you need to show kids that when they look up to you, they don't see old people like this. They see old people like this. Yeah. And then they go, that's what old people look like. Yeah. Right.
So for the ladies and gentlemen out there who want to have that kind of Instagram body, they can get your book, and it will give them a step-by-step guide on what they should be doing in terms of movement and training, and a little bit about diet as well in that.
It's a controversial subject.
I know it's controversial, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing about diet whatsoever in this book. I eat what I want when I want.
Okay. That's it.
I love that.
Fine. Okay.
Because I really for me, nutrition it's a great subject, and it's so good that it deserves its own thing. For people just to mash them together. Yeah. And for example, as I said, a gymnast or an athlete would train 7 hours a day, and then someone wants to have their body and eat a bit of spinach. It's just no, man. Abs aren't made in the kitchen. Abs are made in the work. Okay. Or money is made in the workplace, not sat on the sofa.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
And so you've got to be doing the training and not just eating a bit of spinach. Because I never really got that. I'm a big microwave meal guy. Yeah. I do every night.
Wow.
I have my macaroni cheese.
Wow.
With pasta.
So you can have a macaroni cheese microwave meal and still look like this. I think that's our headline, to be honest.
But the fact is I don't even focus on my diet. I think that even thinking about what you eat is just weird. Yeah. It's just to even count stuff or the word that we call protein. I don't even discuss the word protein. It doesn't even mean anything to me.
Right.
Excellent.
But I love to be controversial in that, just because I used to when I was a personal trainer. I was educated in it. I was like, right, you got to count how much protein you have, and you have this is your plate. Yeah. And then for me, it's just that's just weirdly unhealthy. The most important for me is that our bodies are designed to move. The only reason that we start with these diets is because we're not moving as we were designed to. If people were moving as they were designed to move, we wouldn't even need to put people on diets. Right. No one would even need to be on a diet. Okay. But we should be moving however many hours a day. We're not, because we're prioritising making money or work, which is important. But exactly, the more money you can make, then you can prioritise spending time working on your body.
And people don't, do they? Because they just don't. They concentrate on other things. You need your body, don't you? Really.
It's funny that people say, "Oh, I don't have the time," and then they're writing on Facebook about Game of Thrones. Come on, you have the
You've
time.
made a choice.
You had the time to watch Game of Thrones. You had the time to do this. So you can't give me that time, because I'm telling you that you can do it on the train on the way to work. So you can't be going, okay. The fact is, it's just not a priority for you right now.
All right, I want to ask you just 2 questions on your top tip. So the first top tip, what's the top tip you would give to someone who wants to become self-made? That's the first thing. Okay. And the second one is the best top tip you have for people who want to change the way they focus on their own movement from a kind of personal development perspective. So first, the top tip on becoming self-made, following your dreams and so on, like you have. Because you've had a phenomenal journey, and I think there's lots of people out there who may have had one career, maybe as a model, for example, and had a secondary thing that they were doing that really they're very passionate about, but haven't really focused on doing it, becoming that go-to expert that you have become. Okay. So there's people out there we know who follow us and ask us how we did it. And I just think it's important that we, as people who are self-made, tell people how. What is the top tip, but how can they do it too?
Okay, all right. Number 1 is just do what you love. Okay. Yeah. Do what you love. Bottom line, stop chasing the dream of like the quick fix and all of that. Just do the thing that you love to do. Like money will follow that. Okay. And you can make money or become successful as a result of that. So like my mentor, Dominic, he as a kid he loved building houses with Lego. Now he's a massive property entrepreneur. He's hugely successful. You met him at retreats, but he's just like, Roger, as a kid, I just love playing with Lego. That's all it stems from. There's no secret to that. You know what? I went out there, but obviously he works his ass. He works his ass off. But bottom line, he sat me down and he was like, Roger, what do you love to do? And I was like, all right, okay, what's the business tips? What can I do? He's like, stop that. Just for now, of course. I'm not saying that's not important. For now, what do you love to do? So the bottom line for me, it always comes back to what I love to do, or why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm showing adults that they were awesome when they were younger, and that they can move like that again. Okay. And then for whatever I do, always fits within that. So it's like, you moved awesome, you can move awesome again. Okay. And everything I do has to fit within that. So if I'm writing a book, at the bottom, behind the scenes, it always has to be like, you moved awesome. Now, like, what an awesome thing to be put on this world to tell people that they're awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I do have just like, well, that's all I've got to do. I've got to keep convincing people that they're awesome, that don't believe that they're awesome.
Sure.
And it's just like, for me, the picture of 4-year-old Roger, like playing around and climbing trees, is just like the epiphany of what we should be doing. Sure. Just like, he inspires me. I want to be 4-year-old Roger. I'm like Benjamin Button. Like now I'm about the age of 40 in terms of how my body moves. By the time I'm 70, I want to be moving like a 4-year-old.
Amazing.
So remember, we've got all the time in the world to be moving. Okay.
And be who we want to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the second one, other than buying the book, what else should they be doing as a top tip for starting to think about better movement?
As a top tip, just carrying on from the last thing I said, have a vision in your head of how you were when you were 4 years old, like just before school, or maybe it was like on your school breaks or on the school playground or at home and playing, and just think about how much movement that kid had access to. Like all this other stuff wasn't important to him, all this kind of business stuff, all this work mindset wasn't really important to you. There was other stuff. There was a real natural instinct to go out and want to play. Question where that's gone. Okay. Question when you do stuff. When you walk on a train, stop following the masses. Stop like, okay, I'm just becoming a robot. Sure. I'm doing this. Start to question what it is. What am I doing? Pause. Think about it. Become mindful about what you're doing. And then use that kid as an inspiration. Don't take inspiration from anywhere else. Take inspiration from how you are and go, how can I get back some of the movement? Can I still put my toe in my mouth? I know it sounds stupid. Go home and go like, can I still put my toe in my mouth? Because as a kid, I kind of enjoyed it. Just like, fine. Right?
And if not, why can't you?
And if not, why can't I? And then we go, you know what? I'm going to spend some time getting this back. do it on some advert breaks.
Yeah.
On the next time I watch Game of Thrones, when the advert breaks are on, I'm just going to play around trying to get roll around the floor.
Yeah.
It's just like
get that movement back.
You can take inspiration from, I take inspiration from my dog. He just wants to play all the time. His life is just, I just want to play.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do.
He doesn't have any bills though, does he?
He doesn't have any bills, but he's so cute. He's so cute. I'll pay his bills.
I love that. Where can people find you?
The best place for people to find me is www.roger.coach.
And social media?
Social media, Roger Frampton, but kind of the website is kind of...
Website's the main place.
The hub.
When's the book coming out?
The book comes out either December or January.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So they have to log onto the website, register to get updates about the book as well then?
Yes. So everything that happens within my social media, there's benefits of logging into the website.
Okay.
You'll get like the pre-order email and everything.
Excellent. All right, fantastic.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great.
I'm very excited about your book too.
Thank you. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in to this fantastic interview with Roger Frampton. There's much more coming on the website. Make sure you log on to www.selfmadebook.uk for lots more information, and good luck with your self-made journey.